Finished the compression test, and the compression was good. I think it was like 210, 210, 215, 210. Maybe one was 220. I don't remember. But the lowest one's 210, so that's pretty good. Went and picked up some more parts. Picked up some anti-seize from West Marine carries this. Otherwise you have to buy it at walmart.com online. They carry it as well. Picked up some Prestone antifreeze straight, and I don't believe I ever put these numbers on here for the belts. This one here, because it's so thick, it has to be the combination AC alternator belt, which would leave this the power steering belt. And I got the part number on the clutch. And I have, here's the part number on the timing belt kit, and here's the part number on the valve cover gasket. So that's what's left. After conversing with people on the forum, I decided that I was going to research and investigate to see if there was a flywheel available aftermarket that's cheaper than $200 and a lot cheaper. And because the flywheel in my CRXs is like $60, $66, something like that. And then I can usually get 40% off of that, so I can make them dirt cheap. And one of them is probably that one right there. No, that might, no, I don't know if that's my Zoom or not. All the other ones over there, I can't get to it, but any 88 to 2000 flywheel is less than $70. So resurfacing one would be at least $50, and there was some debate on whether that was the appropriate or acceptable response for installing a new clutch. And I researched it and found one on AutoZone for $94.99. I got 20% off of that. Got an oil filter to bring it up above 100 so that I could use the code. With tax, it ended up coming like $86 for a flywheel and an oil filter. So if you subtract the oil filter, it's like $80 for the flywheel. $80 is $30 over more than 50, which would be $50, which would be about as much as it would cost to have it resurfaced. So for an extra $30, you get a new flywheel. So that just seemed like the best option. Rule out any possibility of issues. This I got for the spark plugs that I put in there. They're just sitting in there, they're not torqued down. I'm going to put this on the threads, stick it in the head, torque it down to, it says 13 in the manual, the spark plugs say 21. I think I'll split the difference and go 18. I may start out at 13. This is also going to be for the starter bolts, alternator, maybe a few other ones. Definitely not the flywheel. Flywheel is going to get blue Loctite, and I may end up buying more of that because my Loctite is kind of old. You don't want to use red, you want to use blue. Blue is, it bonds less. Red's for permanent things, or things you do not want to come apart, which a flywheel would be a good argument for one. And then blue is for things that you're going to take apart in the future for servicing. And then oxygen sensor, that would be good for the anti-seize as well. Plus the brakes, keep them from squeaking. So since we're waiting on the flywheel probably won't get here till maybe Tuesday at the earliest. I suspect Wednesday or Thursday it's going to be mailed. I'm going to start on the timing belt, start tearing everything down. I need to go to Harbor Freight and buy a drain pan. I think I'll send my girlfriend over there, pick that up for me. I may just go myself. I like driving my CRX now that it's fixed. I'll work on this stuff for a little bit, and I don't think they close until 8 this evening. It's not a Sunday. I'll get that so I can catch the coolant, so I may end up saving that coolant. It may be fine. Don't know. But, so, well, the coolant's probably 100,000 miles. I'm just going to replace it, but I'll keep it for another vehicle, like one of my junky cars that I don't care so much about. Like the one I'm going to be using for the white CRX is going to be my junkyard car for when I take it there and get parts. So I'll just save it for that. So I'm going to start on the timing belt today, and I would hope in 3-4 hours or so I'll be able to have that thing disassembled with my air ratchet and air compressor, pneumatic tools. I've got cardboard boxes I'm going to end up putting together and using them by stabbing them and putting the bolts through, how the bolts came out, marking it with a permanent marker, and that'll help me reference what came from where, go back together a lot easier. I photocopied the parts of the manual that I need so I don't get my manual dirty, and then I can just, run through these and then throw them away when I'm done. So that is it for this. Next video, it will probably be the teardown process.